Hello, 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 billionaireette and amazing soul. My name is Vanessa Black, and I'm one of the owners and founders of Billionaireette. And we are on a mission to impact the lives of billions all over the world, beautiful souls all over the world, to empower them in their lives to achieve personal freedom and financial freedom. So if you have personal freedom goals, and financial freedom goals, then you are in the right place because we are big on personal development. We are big on continuing to grow. Do you have a personal development plan in place? Isabel mentioned that when she is reading currently right now the featured book, John Maxwell, 21 Laws of Leadership. And that's a question that he asked. What is your personal development goal? Do you have a plan? And right here at Billionaire, we absolutely have a plan. Every single month, we're reading one personal freedom featured book as well as one financial freedom featured book. And every single month, we're growing, we're getting better, we're getting incredible wisdom from best selling authors and people that are experts when it comes to those two topics. They are financially free. And they share with us the secrets and what helped them to get and become financial free, as well as personal freedom, the guide to personal freedom. So many books that we've read this year so far has been the guide to personal freedom and the practices that we can apply in our lives, the ways of thinking, the perspectives to allow us to be free overall. We love freedom, and I'm sure you love freedom as well. But I'm so excited that you are here. Congratulations on being here. If you have been reading with us throughout the entire year, congratulations. We are so happy and grateful that you are here with us as we continue this journey and continue to develop and grow and become better leaders as well as human beings. And if you're just joining us for the first time, welcome. So happy that you are here. And I hope that you really get a lot of value out of this book that we're about to dive into. I know I got tons of value. I first read it probably about over 10 years ago, and it was introduced to me by a mentor of mine. And, he said, go ahead and get this book, read it. And it's an old school book, but it's absolutely phenomenal. It is The Greatest Salesman in the World. Okay. Now, the title makes you think like, is this, are we going to talk about sales techniques or, how to handle objections on calls? No, we're not. Okay. It is a personal freedom book, in my opinion. So it's not in a technical side of sales and sales calls, but there's absolutely incredible wisdom in this book. And the author is OG Mandino. OG Mandino is a best selling author, and you can change your life with the priceless wisdom of 10 ancient scrolls that are handed down for thousands of years. And we're going to dive into these scrolls. It doesn't start from the very beginning, but as we get through the introduction, there's going to be 10 ancient scrolls that are provided for you. And it's really powerful. So I'm excited to dive into this. We're going to get started. It's a cute little book to travel with. Love the size of it. You can palm it in your hand. Um, and yeah, in the back, I'm just going to read it. What you are today is not important. For in this runway bestseller, you will learn how to change your life by applying the secrets you are about to discover in the ancient scrolls. I encourage you to get this book physically. If not, you can listen in and we'll be here to read the entire book for you, have it in our playlist so you can, read with us, whether it's live when we shoot it and post it that day. Make sure you're subscribed and you put your notifications on so you are aware and you are notified as soon as our Read With Me sessions go up. And let's dive right into it. I don't want to waste any more time. Isabel just started reading the John Maxwell 21 Laws of Leadership book as well. So you can go check out that playlist as well, if that is of interest to you. All right, so let's dive right into it. Chapter 1. Let me read this beginning. This is from the ancient scroll marked 3, the greatest salesman in the world. Okay, he starts it with this. I will persist until I succeed. I was not delivered into this world into defeat, nor does failure course in my veins. I am not a sheep waiting to be prodded by my shepherd. I'm a lion, and I refuse to talk, to walk, to sleep with the sheep. The slaughterhouse of failure is not my destiny. I will persist until I succeed. Amen. All right, now, just a little taste of what we're about to get into. And if you got your tea, you got your water, you got your coffee, whatever it is you got, cheers to you. If not, you can go ahead and get it. Cheers. All right. Chapter 1. Hafid lingered before the bronze mirror and studied his reflected image in the polished metal. Quote, only the eyes have retained their youth, he murmured as he turned away and moved slowly across the spacious marble floor. He passed between black onyx columns rising to support ceilings burnished with silver and gold, and his aging legs carried him past tables carved from cypress and ivory. Tortoiseshell gleamed from couches and divans in the walls, inlaid with gems, shimmered with brocades of the most painstaking design. Huge palms grew placidly in bronze vessels, framing a fountain of alabaster nymphs, while flower boxes encrusted with gems competed with their contents for attention. No visitor to Hafid's palace could doubt that he was, indeed, a person of great wealth. The old man passed through an enclosed garden and entered his warehouse, which extended beyond the mansion for 500 paces. Erasmus, his chief bookkeeper, waited uncertainly just beyond the entryway. Greetings, sire. Hafid nodded and continued on in silence. Erasmus followed, his face unable to disguise concern at the master's unusual request for a meeting in this place. Near the loading platforms, Hafid paused to watch goods being removed from baggage wagons and counted into separate stalls. There were wools, fine linens, parchment, honey, carpets, and oil from Asia Minor, glass, figs, nuts, and balm from his own country, textiles and drugs from Palmyra, ginger, cinnamon, and precious stones from Arabia, corn, paper, granite, alabaster, and basalt from Egypt, tapestries from Babylon, paintings from Rome, and statues from Greece. The smell of the psalm was heavy in the air, and Hafid's sensitive old nose detected the presence of sweet plums, apples, cheese, and ginger. Finally, he turned to Erasmus, quote, old friend, how much wealth is there now accumulated in our treasury? Erasmus paled, quote, everything, master, question. Everything. Quote, I have not studied the numbers recently, but I would estimate there is an excess of 7 million gold talents. And were all the goods in all my warehouses and emporiums converted into gold, how much would they bring? Question. He responds, our inventory is not yet complete for this season, sire, but I would calculate a minimum of another 3 million talents. Hafid nodded, quote, and said, purchase no more goods. Institute immediately whatever plans are required to sell everything that is mine and convert all of it to gold. The bookkeeper's mouth opened, but no sound came forth. He fell back as if struck, and when finally he could speak, the words came with effort. I do not understand, sire. This has been our most profitable year. Every emporium reports an increase in sales over the previous season. Even the Roman legions are now our customers. For did you not sell the procurator in Jerusalem 200 Arabian stallions within the fortnight? Forgive my boldness, for seldom have I questioned your orders, but this command I cannot comprehend. Hafid smiled and gently grasped Erasmus' hand. And he said, my trusted comrade, is your memory of sufficient strength to recall the first command you received from me when you entered my employ many years ago? Erasmus frowned momentarily, and then his face brightened. Quote, I was enjoined by you to remove each year half the profit from our treasury and dispense it to the poor. Did you not at that time consider me a foolish man of business? Question, he asked. I had great forebodings, sir. Hafid nodded and spread his arms toward the loading platforms and said, will you now admit that your concern was without ground? He asked. Yes, sire. Then let me encourage you to maintain faith in this decision until I explain my plans. I am now an old man and my needs are simple. Since my beloved Lisha has been taken from me, after so many years of happiness, it is my desire to distribute all of my wealth among the poor of the city. I shall keep only enough to complete my life without discomfort. Besides disposing of our inventory, I wish you to prepare the necessary documents which will transfer the ownership of every emporium to him, who now manages each for me. I also wish you to distribute 5,000 gold talents to these managers as a reward for their years of loyalty and so that they may restock their shelves in any manner that they desire. Erasmus began to speak, but Hafid's raised hand silenced him. Does this assignment seem unpleasant to you? The bookkeeper shook his head and attempted to smile. No, sire, or no, sir. It is only that I cannot understand your reasoning. Your words are those of a man whose days are numbered. It is your character, Erasmus, that your concern should be for me instead of yourself. Have ye no thoughts for your own future when our trade empire is disbanded? We have been comrades together for many years. How can I now think only of myself? Hafid embraced his old friend and replied, it is not necessary. I ask that you immediately transfer 50,000 gold talents to your name, and I beg that you remain with me until a promise I made long ago is fulfilled. When that promise is kept, I will then bequeath this palace and warehouse to you, for I will then be ready to join Lisha. The old bookkeeper stared at his master, unable to comprehend the words heard. 50,000 gold talents, the palace, the warehouse? I am not deserving. Hafid nodded. I have always counted your friendship as my greatest asset. What I now bestow on you is of little measure compared to your unending loyalty. You have mastered the art of living not for yourself alone, but for others, and this concern has stamped thee above all, as a man among men. Now I urge you to hasten with the consummation of my plans. Time is the most precious commodity I possess, and the hourglass of my life is nearly filled. Erasmus turned his face to hide his ears. His voice broke as he asked, and what of your promise yet to keep? Although we have been as brothers, never have I heard you talk of such a matter. Hafid folded his arms and smiled. I will meet with you again when you have discharged my commands of this morning. Then I will disclose a secret which I have shared with no one except my beloved wife for over 30 years. And that concludes chapter 1. Love the strong beginning, the story. And chapter 2 will begin in the next Read With Me session on chapter 8. Let me know your thoughts. Are you excited about this book? What did you get out of it so far? All right, we're going to go into chapter 2. We'll see you in the next episode. Hope to see you there. Remember, share this if you found value or you're like excited for this book, so we can read along together. Have somebody else join, a friend, a family, into growing together. All right, appreciate you. We love you. And we'll see you in the next episode of The Greatest Salesman in the World.